So it's 2024 and listen, the only thing worse than not building your own personal brand and learning how to productize yourself in 2024 is not having your own email list. In today's video, I'm gonna explain to you how to start an email list from scratch and my best tips on building a list even if you don't have a huge following. If you're interested in being a creator this year, or you already are one, or you own and have your own business, maybe you have a following on Instagram, or you're just someone looking to monetize a skill or passion of yours on the internet and make some passive income from it, you're gonna find value in this video. Let's start off with why you need an email list in 2024 and why you need to watch this video until the very end. So algorithms are always changing. I'm not a lawyer or anything, you guys. I don't know much about intellectual property and the legalities behind intellectual property, but I don't really think that you own your own followers or even your video assets on social media. In fact, I know for a fact that you do not own your followers, but you do own your own list. So in this brand building, creatorpreneur, digitalpreneur world, when you are building up your assets, your list is one of the biggest assets that you can create and build for yourself. Not everyone is on social media all of the time, but everyone checks their email every single day, right? Every day. We are all in an inbox zero world now where we're just trying to get through all of our emails. It's like a task for us to do every day. There are a lot of people that I like and I follow and that you like and you follow, but you've probably only watched a handful of their videos. It's very unlikely that you would have watched every single video of every minute of their entire social media following. I mean, if you're watching this today and you're someone that's watched all of my videos from beginning to end, thank you very, very much. I very much appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. But I know that people are busy and not everyone's gonna watch every single minute of everything that you post, right? It's just not gonna happen. There are like trillions and trillions of videos on YouTube. But people always have a different bandwidth of attention when it comes to their own list. People have a bandwidth of attention for social media, but your own email inbox, getting that email box down to zero is kind of like your own to-do. It's kind of like, you know, you have a different capacity for your emails. So the goal with you building up your list is that you get into your subscriber, your follower, potential buyer, whatever it is, you get into their head. You occupy a slightly different part of their brain, which is really important in today's society. Think about all the emails that you get from different random companies out there, right? Anywhere you go now. Nowadays, you go to like Old Navy, you go to Best Buy, right? They want your emails. Why? So they can email you things, so they can email you offers and promotions and deals. If you weren't on their list, you would have no idea what they have going on, what sales they have. So if you're starting an email list from scratch, I have a really simple 6-step framework for you. I think this will really, really help you if you are starting a list from zero. The first, you need clarity on what it is that you're gonna offer to your list so that people have a reason to want to be on it, right? What value are you gonna provide to your list? The value should be directly related to your personal brand, who you are, your business brand, you know, just like what you do. What is it that you do, right? Your audience, what do they want to see from you? It's kind of like picking a niche for social media. You got to pick something. An example is that I know that a lot of people who follow me love my recipes. And so I would send, you know, recipes to people on my list from my blog. That's just a really simple way of engaging with your list regularly. Once you've gotten some clarity on what it is that you have to offer to your list and the things that you're gonna say in the actual emails, you're gonna need an email provider. So this is the actual tech talk. One of the most easiest intuitive platforms to use is ConverKit. I've tried a lot of them and ConverKit is just the easiest to use. I've tried MailChimp and some other ones in the past, but if you're not super tech savvy like I am, it's also not that expensive either. I think it's like $29 a month or something like that. A couple of tips I'll give you on your email provider. Make sure that you segment your list. Make sure you set up tags so that you know where people on your list are coming from and what they're interested in. Set up good habits when it comes to your list, because as your list grows, you want to make sure you really know where people are coming from, what they're interested in. It's almost like a customer journey where you can see what people are interested in just by segmenting your list and setting up tags. It's also a good idea to clean up your list on a regular cadence because people's interests and stuff, they do change over time. So maybe 6 months ago, somebody signed up for a fitness list because they wanted to lose weight for the new year, but now it's May and maybe that interest has dwindled and so they're not that interested in fitness anymore. By having people on there that just aren't interested in what you have to say or what you have to offer. Step number 3 is you need traffic. So now that you have the tech set up inside ConverKit, you need traffic to your list. How do we get traffic on the internet? Well, we get traffic through websites, through social media, SEO-based content. If you are collecting emails on your website, then you want to install some sort of pop-up so that when people get onto your website, you tell them, through a landing mat or a little pop-up, you tell them and you entice them to sign up for your list. And then if your content ends up eventually ranking in SEO, then this will provide evergreen traffic to you. A great and excellent way to build your list is long form content. So either YouTube or podcasting. You also want to promote your list if you have secondary social media with short form content like TikTok, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. You can also promote your newsletter or being on your list on those other platforms as well. But YouTube and podcasting is a super, super powerful way to get people to get onto your list or your newsletter. Now, just driving traffic and asking people to get onto your list is not enough. You need a compelling reason why people need to get onto your list. So I like to use the solution to problem framework. Who is it that you are trying to attract, and what problem are you solving for them? What solution do you have to your target audience, your subscriber, your fan, whoever it is that's on your list? What is it that you're helping them with? How are you being a role model to them? What is the customer journey, and what is the end solution that you're providing? Because just being you and selling you isn't enough. You actually need to solve a tangible problem for them. So if you are in the meal prep niche and you provide meal prep ideas for busy moms and for busy families, then maybe every single week you send your list new updated meal plan ideas for families to help them save time and money when it comes to groceries and meal planning. Or you're in the gardening niche and you make videos and content about gardening, then every single week you send your list an email about, easy gardening hacks, tips, and tricks to help them build the most beautiful, best garden that there is. Next tip, which is more tactical, is using lead magnets to get people onto your list. So a lead magnet is basically something that you offer of value that you provide to someone in exchange for their email. I recommend that you read $100 Million Leads to understand lead magnets better. In his book, I think he mentions that you should be testing and rotating your lead magnets, put them everywhere on all your traffic sources. Another tip that I heard from a podcast one time is get onto podcasts to promote your lead magnet. One really good lead magnet that I've put together in the past are sample meal plans. So if you're in the dieting niche, weight loss niche, meal plans and fitness plans are really, really good lead magnets. If you don't know what lead magnet you could possibly create, then I recommend that you download some of your favorite influencers or other favorite companies' lead magnets, right? Or their whatever free thing that they're offering, and get some ideas from what they're doing. It's always a good idea to see what other people are doing and what's working for other people to give you inspiration on what you can do when it comes to your lead magnets and your list. Now, I don't think lead magnets need to be a 99-page book or PDF or like a 300-page document. Be helpful and digestible, but the most important thing is that you want to give the subscriber or the person downloading the lead magnet an aha moment. So the next time they encounter that problem that you're providing a solution to, they'll think about you. If you're enjoying this video today, I'm gonna leave an amazing step-by-step guide on how I built a six-figure coaching business with organic traffic only, so I didn't use paid ads, all of the juicy information for you to build a six-figure coaching business this year. I also want to let you guys know that I am in the process of building a community to help creators, millennials, and Gen Z monetize their passions and get ahead financially, which I think is so, so important in today's day and age. So whether you are an existing coach and you're struggling to scale with organic methods, or you watch my videos and you want to learn how you can monetize your passions on the internet to build a source of passive income, whether that's an extra stream of income, or you can turn this into a full-time thing to get yourself out of the 9-to-5 grind, then make sure you stay tuned for updates on my community. Now, once you've gotten all the tech set up, you know what you're gonna offer your list, you've put together the lead magnet, and you've set up all the tech, you wanna make sure you're setting up some sort of welcome email flow, which is basically just a couple of automated emails that you can send to your list that are set up automatically as soon as they download your lead magnet or sign up for your list. Imagine if you are meeting someone for the first time and they ask you for your number, or you ask them for their number and you get their number. It's usually common courtesy to be like, hey, hello, hi, this is me. It was nice meeting you. That little follow-up is kind of like a common courtesy, right? When you get someone's phone number. It's kind of the same thing when it comes to your email list. If somebody graciously gave you their email address, which is an important asset that we have for ourselves today, right? We don't just give our email out to anyone. People actually have to like you, trust you, and believe you to give you their email address. Your email flow sequence is kind of just that common courtesy that you send to them afterwards. It's automated. It basically explains, who you are, why people should listen to you, what is it that you have to offer them in terms of value, what's your expertise. You can let them know when they should expect to hear from you. You can be like, I send emails every Sunday and I get the best gardening tips, hacks, and tricks for you to build your most beautiful, best garden. You can let them know where to find you. You can redirect them to other pieces of content in your social media ecosystem. When people give you their email, you want to use the email flow sequence to build a connection with the person that just gave you their email. Just like how if you got someone's number, you're gonna send them a couple of text messages to help build that relationship. This apple is really crunchy. You know when you bite into a really good apple and you're like, ooh, so good. Yes. Noria really likes apple too. You a good girl? For those of you guys who have dogs, you know how your dogs like kind of stink a little bit, but you like kind of fall in love with their stink? That's what it feels like to have a dog. Okay, so some bonus tips when it comes to your list. Remember that the person opening your email is another person, right? So it's no different than writing emails at work. You know when you hesitate to write emails at work? Because you want to make sure you get like everything perfect. Like, oh, do I punctuate this? Oh, I forgot to like capitalize this letter. Should I say LOL? Should I not say LOL? Do I send this as a big long paragraph? Do I break this up into a couple sentences? You're like kind of overthinking your work emails. It's no different than writing emails to your list. I remember the first times that I would write emails to my list, I would just sit there and freeze because I was like, I don't know how to talk to a list. It's very different than talking to people at work. But I've come to realize that it's just like talking to people at work. Even if you're emailing 100 people, 1,000 people, 10,000 people, it's still a person on the other side that's reading your email. So treat people on your list just the same way. I am on a lot of people's lists and I've studied a lot of good lists and a lot of bad lists. Of course I have, it's me. I'm always overanalyzing everything with my brain. But the best lists and the best people that send emails are the ones that treat you like an actual human being with human feelings. They tell you stories, they engage with you, right? They actually build a connection. And that's a really important part of list building, is really nurturing and building that connection. And just like how after a guy gets a girl's number, he's going to send her text messages, right, to nurture that relationship. You want to write regularly to your list. It doesn't mean you have to write to them every single day. You don't have to write to them every single day, but some sort of regular cadence where you talk to them and you continue to nurture the relationship. Because if you stop emailing them, then it's kind of you stopped nurturing the relationship. But the whole goal of them being on your list is that you're nurturing the relationship. Now, if you're a business owner and everyone on your list is a prospective buyer, then write emails very specifically calling out your ideal client profile and what it is that you have to offer. Write them emails that help them solve their problems and give them an aha or a big takeaway. You can also repurpose social media topics and content for your list. If you're an influencer, then you can write about anything that's related to your content or related to you. People generally know and they understand that if they give you their email, they can expect to have something sold to them or expect emails to be sold to them, right? People know that. It's an expectation nowadays. But you still should be treating people like human beings. There is a time and place to sell your thing and promote your thing, but I think there's a good balance between nurturing the relationship and then pitching your offers. One tip that I learned from Amy Porterfield is that she grew her list like crazy by putting out a lead magnet for every single piece of content that she put out there. So every time she did a podcast or a long form piece of content, she would put out a corresponding lead magnet that basically summarized the content. This is really time consuming, right? But if you are trying to grow your list and you're in the beginning of stages of building up your assets as a content creator or as a business owner, it's really important that you put in the incremental time and effort to make that lead magnet. And that way, maybe it takes you 4 hours to make a piece of content, but it only takes you an extra hour, hour and a half to basically repurpose the things that you said out into a PDF format. So a couple of books that I recommend for general email lists and list building are Email Marketing That Doesn't Suck by Bobby Klink and 300 Email Marketing Tips by Mira Coughlin. I read both of these books last year. This one is a really short read, really digestible. You should be able to get through this in 30 minutes or less. Well, at least skim it in 30 minutes and kind of just take the aha points away. This is a really, really good book. If you're like brand new to list building, get this one. This one is more nighttime reading. It's gonna take longer than 30 minutes to get through. Definitely provides some really good insights that are super applicable to all levels of the market, right? Whether you're an influencer, solopreneur, you have a small list, or you have a bigger business, both of these books will be able to help you out. If you found this video helpful today, make sure you check out my beginner's guide to YouTube, which is an A to Z, really comprehensive tutorial about YouTube and starting a YouTube channel. It's an amazing video. It's got so much value. I think you're gonna love it if you like this sort of stuff. If you're into digital marketing or you're looking to build a YouTube channel, you're gonna love that video. I give a lot of really juicy bonuses. And make sure you download my amazing free guide on how to build a 6-figure coaching business. And make sure you stay tuned for updates on my upcoming community. Let me know down in the comments below how you feel about list building, whether you currently have a list, how you've been able to grow it, whether you have any questions about list building, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until next time.